It's me Kulsum Ahmed. Today we are going to learn about production possibility curve. Production possibility curve is actually a curve that shows different combination of two products that we can possibly produce with the help of resources that the country has. So we are going to have two axes. On one axis we are going to have quantities of cars produced. On the other hand we have the a quantity of computers produced. So with the help of existing resources, if we are going to use all the existing resources on production of cars, we can produce maximum till 1000 units. And if we are going to utilize all the resources in production of computers, the maximum computers that we can produce would be 3000 computers. This line is going to be concave to region. Concave to region mean as well as we will be using more and more items, the rate of return should be increasing. This is why it is going to be concave to region. So this line is going to be known as production possibility curve, and each and every point on this line is achievable. Means if we have 100 items with us, 100 the resource, if we are going to weigh the resource in terms of quantity, so if we say there are 100 points of quantity that we can produce, so each and every if all the resources are being used, either we can make one product completely, or we can make other product completely, or we can have a combination of both of the products. For example, point A tells if we are going to make the maximum utilization of the resources, we can either produce 2000 computers and the remaining resources will be able to make 700 cars. So this would be the complete optimum utilization of the resources. So, and another point, if that is going to be inside the curve, that will show we didn't use the resources to the full capacity. Some of our resources are unusable that we did not use till now. So this is going to tell us the less utilization of the resources that we have. On the same lines, we can have a point C. Point C tells us that we want to make more computers, as we have added 200 more computers to 2000, so it will become 2200 computers. And to achieve that thing, we will have to leave some of the cars that we were producing previously. So cars would be produced less now because the resources have been shifted from production of cars to production of computers. So there will be a difference of 700 to 600. So the change will be 100. So we are going to leave 100 cars to produce 200 computers. So this would be if we are going to move from one point to another point. The same line we can have a point outside the curve. The point outside the curve will tell us that we have used more than what actually we had with us. The maximum production we could have up till 2200, but we are making more than that. So this could be done if some technological improvement has happened, if some trade relation with other countries have happened, if the efficiency of our resources, there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital and enterprise. If any factors, productivity, capacity has increased, that will ultimately cause production of more items. And this could also happen if sometime we may take the help of some other country to come forward and let us make some agreements and with our country, and they could help us produce more. So this is about the utilization. Now let's see what are the concepts which are illustrated by production possibility curve. We may call it PCC, or we can call it production possibility front line. So it tells us the efficiency of the resources, how efficient we are in production of certain items. It could tell us trade-offs. Trade-off means if we are going to switch from production of one item to another item, this will be known as trade-off. It can tell us about opportunity cost, mean how much quantities of one item we will have to leave to attain how much quantities of other item. So this will be telling us. And then economic growth, if we are going to improve technologically, or we are going to have some better production options, or anything can happen. So all these going to contribute to improve the production possibility curve, and it may move outside. Let's see what is happening here. On one hand we have car production, another hand we have computer production. But what happened that we have become more efficient in production of computers. So what will happen, our possibility curve will be switching outward in where the production of computers is, but it will stay on the same position where cars are being produced. Means the efficiency to produce more car did not change, but efficiency to produce more computer has changed. This is why we are having shift in the curve in that side. Let's see what will happen if we are going to perform better in car production. So you can see that the curve has shifted in car production, but if we couldn't increase our efficiency in making computers, it will stay same on the same position. So this is how production possibility curve is moving. Let's see the example. We are having some practical work here. Here are few bundles of production that we can have, and we have two items to be produced, automobiles and forklifts. First of all, what we need to do, we need to put this data into the diagram. Let's see what the questions are here. Shows these data graphically. Upon what specific assumption is this production possibility curve based? So first the question is about assumptions of the possibility curve. The second is, if the economy is at point C, what is the cost of one more automobile? It means if we are switching from C point to another point, we may switch to D point. So of one more forklift, explain how the production possibility curves reflect the law of increasing opportunity cost. So as I have explained, your opportunity cost is leaving one product to attain another product. The C question is, if the economy characterized by the production possibility table and curve were producing at 3 automobiles and 20 forklifts, what could you conclude about its use of available resources? So let's see what will happen at this point where we will be producing 3 of one item and 20 of other item. What would production at a point outside the production possibility curve indicate? What must occur before the economy can attain such a level of production? Let's see what the answers are. First of all, we have put the data. On one axis we have kept forklift, another axis we have kept automobiles. We have draw the curve that is concave to region, and here are the bundles A, B, C, D, E, and a point X where we have read in the questions that if we are producing 3 of automobiles and 20 of forklifts, what will happen? So this will be the point where the X mark is. So this tells us less efficiency of the economy, and at point Z it is telling us that we have done more than what the resources we had. So this is telling more efficiency. The answers are, let's see the assumptions. Technology remains constant sometime. Technology may change sometime. If we are on the same production possibility curve, we will assume that technology did not change. If we are switching our production possibility curve, we will assume that some technological progress has happened. Resources are fully and efficiently utilized. Over time, we go on increasing the production of one good. We have to sacrifice more and more units of other goods. So this is all about switching from one item to another. Using given resources, only 2 goods could be produced. So on PPC we have to assume this thing also. Resources are not equally efficient for all the types of goods. To increase production of 1 unit of good 1, we have to sacrifice more on more of items of good 2. So this tells us marginal rate of technical substitution. So how we are switching resources from the production of one item to another item. Let's see what the other are. If we move from C to D, as it was the question B, to gain 2 more units of automobiles, what will happen? So the production possibility curve explains law of increasing opportunity cost, that states as you increase production of one good, the opportunity cost to produce an additional good will increase. C part is production possibility curve producing 3 automobile and 20 forklift. So this is point X, as I told before, and it tells us the less utilization of the resources, as I explained before. The D point is a point outside the production possibility curve. This I also explained before that it will tell us overutilization of the resources, and it might tell you that we were even more efficient. So this was about today's lesson. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.